I wanted to touch more on the gymming aspects very quickly. I'm not really a gym person. I don't think I ever will be. I don't know if I'll ever post workout videos here. Maybe I might not, but I'm not really a gym person. I still hate going to the gym. I'm not one of those people that loses a lot of weight and then goes, oh, I'm a fitness coach, I'm a life coach. None of that. I hate going to the gym, but I know that I need to go to the gym. I still don't know exactly what I'm doing there. I never got a personal trainer. I usually just did like, YouTube workouts. There were some apps that I downloaded. I'll leave a couple of them on the screen. And I just usually went with that. But the main thing I did at the gym was running. And I felt like running was a way that I could possibly get my body to work even faster and actually get rid of the weight a lot more, like a lot faster. One app that I used, and I'll put the link directly in the description bar, but I'll also put a picture of the app on here, was the 5K, the Couch to 5K app. If you have no experience running ever, you need to get this app. That was me. I mean, I used to run from here to catch the bus. I mean, I have some experience running, but I never had enough experience to actually show me how to run and, time me and pace me. Like, none of that. And I felt like this worked really, really well because it would let me know when to run, but it also wasn't the type of, go hard mentality where it's like, okay, do a 5 minute run immediately. No, it took weeks for me to be able to graduate to doing a 5 minute run. But at least I know that I'm way stronger than when I started. When I started off, I was barely running for 30 seconds before I would stop. But now at least I can go a full 2 minutes and just, feel good and still keep on going. So I feel like that's a plus. That's a plus. And I focus more on running because it's a form of cardio and that helps to burn a lot of fat very quickly. So after running, I started a little bit of weight training just very recently, and it's it's going well, I guess. Now I'm no longer going to the gym because of the whole quarantine thing. But I'd say for the moment that I was going there, I was starting to get used to, lifting weights. I was going a little bit higher in my abilities. And yeah, I would say maybe in the future when I'm allowed to go to the gym again, I will update you guys on how weight training is going. But cardio really, really is important if you're trying to lose a lot of weight. So when I started going to the gym, I felt very, very awkward. I didn't feel like, I didn't feel comfortable. And one thing I decided to do this time, like I hadn't done before, was I decided to go by myself. Just because, like I mentioned very, very early in this video, I used to go with gym partners, and I felt like a lot of the time my success would be hindered at the gym because my gym partner wasn't always there. And as much as that sounds like a bad thing, it's also very, very true. Like, if you're motivated to go to the gym because your friend's motivated to go to the gym, when that friend gets unmotivated, what then happens to you? That was pretty much my entire life going to the gym before now, because I would always go when I was with friends, and it would always be like a friend bonding thing. And the moment I hit up and I'm like, oh, do you want to go to the gym today, and this person's like, not today, I also feel like, maybe not today. And then that happens and it keeps on happening. So one thing I decided to do was I decided not to have any gym partners. I always tell people, if we meet up at the gym, that's fine, we can do a workout or two together. But I didn't want to get hindered by having people around and getting used to that, and then when it's taken away, then I'm no longer used to doing it by myself. So that was the only reason. If you're the type of person who feels like your motivation isn't surrounded around your friends, by all means get a gym partner. It just helps. You need someone to always check your form, help you with, like, holding the weights down, making sure you don't bust your chest open with the weights. But yeah, if you can do that, then go ahead. But I just felt like for me personally, I had to not do that. So that's pretty much all about the gym, all about diet, everything that I wanted to say personally. The lowest I've gone is 185 pounds, but right now I'm weighing 191 pounds just because of quarantine season, y'all. I'm really trying not to gain all the weight back. But yeah, that's the lowest I've gone versus my current weight now. And my original starting weight was 235 pounds. In total, I've lost about 50 pounds, but I would say somewhere between 45 to 50 just because of my current weight today, which is 191 pounds. And right now, to be honest with you, I haven't been in keto. I haven't done keto for almost 2 months now, just because I was kind of trying to get off it before the quarantine season, and now in quarantine I've actually gone off it completely. But I still try to get back, I try to do like maybe a month here or a month there, just because my body's used to doing that, and it actually helped me lose weight and it keeps me grounded. But the only thing that I still do, no matter what, is my intermittent fasting. I try to make sure I'm eating between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. And if possible, I'll try to go and eat all I need to do before 7 p.m. and just leave it all till the next day. I do have a couple of questions. I'm going to be answering some of them in depth, but most of them, I think the answers will come in what I've said in the video. But again, if you do have more questions, comment section. You can also always hit me up on Instagram. Like, I'm always down to answer questions when it comes to weight loss, just because I feel like it's very fascinating to me as well as other people how this works. But yeah, so I'm going to quickly go through these questions. And the first one I got says, how were you able to lose weight through keto? So I feel like this video should be explanatory, but I would also leave the links. Like I mentioned, Diet Doctor was one that very, 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 very much helped me. But I'll leave the one for Diet Doctors. But there's also a bunch of informational videos on YouTube as well. So if you didn't find enough information in mine, you can ask me and I'll try and clarify. But if not, you can also always do your research on YouTube, on Google, just type in ketogenic diet. But I think I did a very good job explaining how I lost the weight through keto. Now, the second one was, does your shoe size change when losing weight? Now, funny enough, yes. And I would just mention not very, very drastically, but it does change. So I used to be a size 9 to 10 when I first of all started out losing weight. Now, most of my shoes that were a size 10 are a little looser, especially like my sandal heels. Those are a little looser now for me because I did lose I lost some inches on my leg, I guess, on my feet. But I noticed that I was able to start wearing some of my sister's shoes, which are a size 8.5/8, which I've never been able to fit into an 8.5 before. But then, as long as it's like a sandal heel, I would actually be able to wear it. And I'm still pretty much, I would say now I'm anywhere from like an 8.5 to a 9.5. That's my comfortable shoe size. But it was weird though that it actually reduced a little bit. Another question I got, and I felt like a lot of people actually asked this question, was how were you able to be consistent? Now, it's very hard to pinpoint one thing I did that made me consistent. I felt like always going to the gym it's not something that I still enjoy. One thing that kept me consistent on the diet portion was the fact that I now understood. I did a lot of research to understand exactly what keto was and how it worked. So it was just very fascinating. And like I mentioned, I was conducting an experiment with my body, so I didn't want to do anything. I didn't even feel the urge to eat other things once I started, like, being religious with it, that would get me off ketosis. I wanted to see, is it possible to stay in ketosis? I felt like in the month of April, I was in ketosis for like almost 20 something days straight without, cheating. Because obviously life goes on. There are things that would happen and you would have to cheat. It could be someone's birthday. It could just be, like I mentioned, stress and you just want to have a chocolate bar or, something that's not necessarily keto friendly. But life happens. But I think like in April, I stayed religiously in keto for a very long time, enough to help me lose a lot of weight. Now, the next question I got was, tell us in details what you need and how to encourage yourselves. Now, I can't exactly tell you what you need because I pretty much went off the fly. For if I felt like eating something today, all I would literally do is go online and like Google keto bread or keto vegetable soup, and that thing helps a lot. Like there's so much information on the internet. You're like so much information and it's just there at your fingertips. So that's pretty much all I did. I guess like it's very hard to say what you need because it depends on what you're looking to do. Like, are you looking to do strict keto or not do strict keto? What type of foods do you eat on a normal day? Are you trying to replicate those as keto foods, or are you just trying to go salads and proteins? Like, so it's very hard to say what you need. But I would say like I like to eat what I like to eat, and so all I did was just try to find a keto version of that food that was, that won't get me off ketosis. And how to encourage yourself, this is a very important question. And encourage slash motivation. One thing I love to do is I love to dress up. Like I love to absolutely dress up. And one thing that helped me stay encouraged and motivated was I went out and bought a bunch of clothes that didn't fit. And now it's very weird because I was like looking at sizes and I would try to get like, a medium just so I won't stress myself to get to an extra small, which, maybe I'll get an extra small top soon. I still do have some clothes that don't fit, but I felt like staying motivated was easy because I had all these clothes and once in a while I would just try them on, and it was so nice and so fulfilling to see that this shirt that didn't fit before has started to fit or now fits perfectly. A very good example is this shirt that I'm actually putting on today. And I decided to wear, like, I bought this shirt because I was like, I'm going to wear this shirt during my weight loss video. And this shirt, this shirt is a petite size 10. It is so small. It is small for a regular size 10. I have size 10 tops that actually fit me baggy, but this one is it's so tight. But I love this shirt because it was like my motivation shirt to the max. I actually was able to fit into this shirt as of 2019. I think it was July 2019. I'll put a picture of when I first of all tried it and it fits. It was still kind of tight, like the boob area was really tight. The arm is still tight, which is funny because I'm sure my arm is no longer as big as it once was, but the arm is still really tight. But that's just how small this shirt is. And when I bought it, I couldn't even fit one arm in, and now I'm wearing it comfortably. And that's one thing that really motivated me. So I'll say like if you're into clothes and styling and wearing really nice clothes, get some pieces that don't fit, get some jeans, get you something, get you like clothes. And I really like that too because like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, your weight isn't always the determining factor to show that you're actually losing weight. Like you're standing on a scale, because you could be the same weight that you were. I could be 200 pounds right now and still be able to fit into the clothes that I can fit into now that I couldn't fit into when I first of all started. So that's the good thing about, actually trying or measuring yourself, is that your body never lies. The scale might lie, but your body never lies. And so I absolutely loved trying on clothes, and that kept me so motivated. Like I still have clothes that I'm like, I want to wear this summer, so I need to, work out and stop eating nonsense so I can actually be able to rock those clothes this summer. Another question I got was, I can't fit going to the gym into my schedule. What do I do? Very understandable. When I was in university, I couldn't fit it into my schedule comfortably. But what I would say is that if you want something, you would find time for it. No shade, no tea, no pink lemonade. But if you really want something, you would find time for it. I started going to the gym in February. I used to go at 5 a.m. Literally, my alarm would clock up at 5 a.m. At 5:30, because the gym was really close to my house too. At 5:30, I'm already at the gym. Once it's 6:30 a.m., I'm already done with my workout. I don't have work usually till like 9 or sometimes 12 in the afternoon. So that even gives me more time to either prep for the day or just, go back to bed. I would literally go back to bed just to get an hour's sleep, like I never went to the gym. But I was dedicated, and that was the reason why I was able to find time, was because I knew that this was something that I wanted. And so even though there was like, during the day I won't be able to have time to go during the day, I was actually so dedicated to the point that I had to, make time out of my sleep time in the morning and go just so I could get it done. Now another thing is, eventually you start to get used to going to the gym, and you're able to find, even if it's 1 hour here, 2 hours here. I legit time myself when I go to the gym. From the moment I step in the door at the gym, I time myself for an hour. Once it's an hour, I'm already timing out to go. If I'm not already done, I'm already looking at myself like, sis, what's up? Let's go. So I'm not like a gym freak where I have to stay in the gym for long hours. And it helps to be consistent, because if you know you're going to be coming back the next day, there's no point spending 4 hours at the gym pounding and pushing and doing all of that. Once you're done with your reps, you get out, knowing you're coming back tomorrow. But I would say if you can't go to the gym, absolutely cannot, you can also look into home workouts. I mean, quarantine season is here. We're all not really leaving the house. This is actually the time to be able to lock down those home workouts. Like I'm currently doing home workouts now, and if it actually pans out, I might not be going to the gym as much as well. So I would say if you can't go to the gym, pretty much try and do it at home. But going to the gym also helps because it keeps you motivated and keeps you actually like, on your toes, other than in your house where you're not necessarily as motivated to work out. Another question I got is, do you lift, bro? Like I mentioned in the video, I'm starting to, dive into that. I do the resistance weights, but if you're talking about free weights, I just started that, and I'm not really a professional. I'm not really into it now, But maybe when next I go back to the gym, I will start fully. Um, One question here is what exercises did you do? Now, this is a really hard question, but I would say the only thing I really focused on when it came to gymming wasn't like specific exercises. I pretty much freestyled all of my exercises. I tried to do full body whenever I went to the gym, so I wasn't all focused on, oh, today's leg day, today's arm day, just because I wanted to, round it all out and not leave one place unworked. Especially on days when I won't have enough time to spend at the gym. I didn't want that to be like my leg day, and then I would have spent more time working hands during the week than working legs. So I try to do as much things. Like once I'm walking around the gym, if I find a machine that's free, I use it. If I find another one that's free, I use it, no matter what it's working. But one thing I would say is, again, I really focus more on running because I was trying to do cardio. So I focused more on running, and that's the one exercise that remained, constant throughout when I was going to the gym. I would run for, I think when I started out, I was running for about 20 to 23 minutes. And now I'm currently running for about 36 minutes at the gym. So it's the app that I use, and it just keeps increasing the time. And so that's one thing that I would say was constant. The rest of them were pretty much, I would do like home workouts from YouTube, and just like, you do them at the gym. Or I would do like, there were some apps that I would download, like 30-day challenge apps, things like that. I would do squats. I got myself those resistance bands for your glutes. I would do like a couple of exercises with that, but nothing like specific except the running. Another one I got was, I want to get back in shape. I like that lifestyle better, but how do I stay motivated? Like I said,
I found something about Lights Out. Would you like to hear it?
um, no. Yo, my Alexa just went crazy on me. That was so scary. All right, so the question again is, I want to get back in shape. I like that lifestyle better, but how do I stay motivated? So, like I've already mentioned what motivated me, I would just say if you have something kind of like styling that motivates you, try and incorporate that into, rewards that you can give yourself when you reach a particular target. Like some people like food. If you like food, treat yourself to dinner once you get to a particular target. Some people like looking good at the gym, so they would promise themselves, some sort of, workout attire once they get to a particular weight. Those type of things, like giving yourself rewards on the way, it seems like nothing, but it's actually a lot. Like I would have times when I would go to the store and I'll be like, I can't wait to fit into this clothes. So I have to work out at the gym so much more just so I can wear this clothes. I like the feeling of, being able to wear clothes that I want to wear. And that's one thing that really, 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 really motivated me to lose weight was I got to a point where I couldn't fit into clothes that I wanted to wear. I started wearing just what could fit me. Very, very, that thing can change your life. Just that feeling of, oh, I really want to wear this clothes, but I can't fit into it. So I have to settle for what can actually fit me. So now it's just a good feeling to be able to wear what I want to wear. And that's how I stayed motivated. So just try to look for a way to reward yourself. And once you can bring up a good reward system, you would stay motivated. The question I got is, what's your workout routine in the gym? The gym is very intimidating. There's too many equipments. I completely agree with you. It can be very, very intimidating as well. One thing I tried to do was I tried to get comfortable at the gym. Now, the way I did that was, at first when I was going to the gym in 2019, I was only going to an all women's gym. And not like that's any different from a co ed gym, but I just felt like for my personality, it helped me to just be around, you know, it felt more like a safe space for me in a sort of sense. I don't know how, but in a sort of sense, I felt like working out at an all women's gym was easier, quote unquote, than going to a co ed gym. There was a lot less pressure in the all women's gym, and I also went like at a time when there was absolutely nobody there. So the good thing about going at 5:30 a.m. in the morning was I got to experiment with a lot of those machines, because the problem with having too many machines too is that there's a lot of people trying to use them, and so before you can actually get to use the machine you want, you're already tired and you're not feeling the workout anymore. But when you go at like 5 a.m., 5:30 in the morning, there's absolutely nobody there. And so I started, trying out workouts that I'd never done before. I would look at a machine, just like look at the name, because usually at the gyms they're named. I would look at the name and literally get it on YouTube and be like, how to use this machine. And once I see how to use it, I'm like, okay, well, let's test it out. I do a couple of reps here and there. And that's pretty much how I got comfortable and how I was able to use the machines. And now that I've moved over to a co-ed gym, I'm actually more comfortable now because I see machines that I was using in my all women's gym, and I'm like, oh, I know how to use this. I'm going to do this. And now I'm so much more comfortable going to the gym that even if I don't know how to use one, I'm like, use the machine there. I just literally check YouTube, and I've just, I just learn how to use it right on the spot. So I would say getting comfortable at the gym takes time, and just go at your own pace. And some people, that's the reason why some people would decide to actually get workout partners, is so that they're more comfortable at the gym. And if that's something you think like you can keep up with, then definitely get yourself a workout partner, because it would actually help to feel more comfortable a lot quicker. Another question I got is, how do you keep going? It's easy to gain weight and just get discouraged. And I do agree with that. Gaining weight is actually mad. Like, is a mad thing. Like, very recently, after the whole quarantine thing, I've gained about 5 pounds. Like I mentioned, I was 185, actually about 6 pounds, and now I'm 191 today. And it could get very depressing. But like I mentioned, and I've mentioned a couple of times, and I will say it again, never focus on your weight gain. Never focus on what the scale is telling you. Focus on how your body is looking and what your body can now do. Do you feel stronger? Do you feel better on the insides? Do you feel like, does your heart feel heavy? Do you feel more healthy? And also, if you're someone like me, do your weight loss clothes fit now? And if they do, then that's all of the answers you need, and that's all of the encouragement you need. So all I would say is, if they don't fit, or if if your body's expanding more, then you know that you have more work to be done. But if it's only your weight, your scale, that's telling you something different, man, don't listen. She lies. She lies. And one of the last questions I got was, what was your nutrition like? What do you think is easier, eating well or exercising? Now, my nutrition, like I mentioned throughout this entire video, was using the keto diet and intermittent fasting. And I would say, compared to eating well and exercising, right now exercising is a lot more harder for me than eating well, just because I feel like I've gotten so used to my diet, in the sense that I've actually incorporated it into my lifestyle. Like, even now when I'm no longer on keto, I still eat keto foods, which is pretty much foods that I would have eaten if I was on the keto diet. And that's pretty much because I'm so used to those foods now that it doesn't feel like it's a diet anymore. And I feel like once you get to that point, you've already hit a jackpot. So I've gotten to that point with dieting, but I'm not really that comfortable with exercising. Like, I feel like with exercising, it's really hard to get comfortable, because there's always new ways to work out that muscle. Trying to learn as I go has been harder with the exercising portion more than the eating portion, just because it's harder to actually measure the exercising portion. With the eating, I can see exactly how my body reacts to the foods that I put in it. Do I go into ketosis? Do I go off ketosis? Things like that. So I would say, yeah. And also, there's also the portion of, if you're eating well, or if you're not eating well and you're exercising a lot, your body really isn't doing much with that. So you want to make sure you're actually eating properly. Those are all the questions that I'm going to answer right now. Most of the other questions were repeats, or I've already answered them in this video. I just want to thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with me, and I wanted to put it out there that I haven't reached my goal weight yet. I currently weigh 191 pounds of that today. I'm still about oh no, not 100. Whew, not 100. And so I'm currently about 30 to 40 pounds away from where I would like to be. And I'm trying to lose those 40 pounds as quickly as possible, but I'm also pacing myself with it as well. And if you guys would like to, come on that journey with me as well, then make sure to follow the tips that I put in this video. And yeah, I will let you guys know how that goes, how that works out. That's pretty much the video for today, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, share this video with someone that you think would enjoy it, and make sure you're following me on Instagram as well as Snapchat. And I will see you all in my next video, God willing. Bye bye.